with a square front, a door with brass knocker, windows to either side, and a chimney on both right and left. The purple front door had been changed to imperial blue, the kitchen modernised, the fitted carpets removed, and the parquet flooring repolished, the avocado bathroom altered to white. Everything had been done under Nazia's direction and control, but there had been no official opening. Aisha had mentioned her friend Enrico for some months now, another student on her MPhil course at Cambridge. Nazia and Sharif had agreed that they would be welcoming and open, however confiding or confrontational Aisha became in mentioning her friend. Aisha had said she would bring Enrico to visit them one weekend. It would be a perfect opportunity to have a lot of people round. They'd agreed this without consulting Aisha. "Oh, Mummy, for God's sake," Aisha had said when she'd heard. "Enrico doesn't want to meet the aunties and hear about all their babies. I can't imagine how you could inflict that on him." But this was an ordinary sort of complaint, not a storming out, a door slamming, a refusal to join in, and everyone knew how much fun a party could be. What they would have done with Enrico if they hadn't been able to excuse themselves, to make sure the preparations were in order, Nazia could not imagine. The Italian was leaning forward, as if to make an important point, but he was still talking about the details of his country. "My mother and father always go away in August, to the same place in Tuscany they have gone to for 40 years, a spa town. Many Sicilians go to the same spa town, and go at the same time. There would be no point in holding a party in the summer, in August, at home in Sicily." Italians were expected to be good-looking, but Enrico sat with his pale, fat hands, like wet-skinned fish, his black, chaotic hair about the bald dome. With his squashed, irregular, and expository features, he looked like someone who should have been apologised for. Nazia knew that people could have different effects in different places. Enrico, in the damp cafes and libraries of fog-bound Cambridge, explaining about things to Aisha, showing her how the world was and how it could be put right. That was fascinating. For a moment she saw him, his face glowering with righteousness in a cloud of tea steam, tearing at an English cake and bringing it in crumbs and fragments to his mouth, and Aisha opposite, listening. The Enrico in her head wore a scarf and a brown duffel coat and woolen gloves. He was not a person for home or family, but one to make a compelling case in public places and temporary rented rooms with another person's ideas of wallpaper, a speechmaker with bold, urgent gestures. Aisha stood at the window, having renounced her Italian for the moment. There would be a slow, sour conversation on the train tomorrow. "Is that in Sicily too?" Sharif said politely. "In Sicily?" Enrico said. There was a tone of mild astonishment in his voice, as if he had not been talking about Sicily, as if it were extraordinary and in slightly bad taste to have raised the subject at all. "The place you said, where your parents go on holiday." No, not at all," Enrico said. "I think I said it was in Tuscany." "Really?" Sharif said. He smiled, but fell silent. It was his way when he felt snubbed not to engage further, to let the other person do all the work from that point onwards. He could have explained that they had been on holiday to Umbria only 2 years before, where he had learned to say buongiorno and buonasera. The Italian did not notice, and started to explain. "Who's that man next door?" Aisha said suddenly, not turning round. "He's been up that ladder for ages." "We haven't really met the neighbours," Nazia said to Enrico. "We've said hello. We apologised about the builders. Is he talking to the twins? He has an odd name. I can't remember what it was, but it was really quite odd." "They're talking to him," Aisha said. "Think I'm going to go and fetch them in." "Has Aisha shown you round the garden?" Nazia said to Enrico. "We're not gardeners at all. We're having to get a gardener in to do all the work. He had to come twice last week. But it is nice."